All right. Hi, guys. Good to see you guys on. Um, Please type yes if you guys can hear me okay. Alrighty. Excited to talk to you guys today. Actually, got something really interesting that I thought I'd share. Just very quickly before we get started. Today we're going to talk about some of the best meals focus for for people that are trying to if their goal is fat loss or weight loss. And I want to share with you guys I guess 3 diet hacks that's really going to help you accelerate your health goals for 2019. Just to make sure that you guys can hear me, if you can, please give me a wave or comment below, give me an emoji con or say hi. um, so now, before I get started, and I wanted to tell you guys that we, if you're brand new to our channel, thank you for waving and responding. Now, before we get started, one of the things that we do is my wife and I, we coach people remotely around the world, and we teach them how to get amazing results and get in the best shape of their life. So we're running like a free 3-day online challenge. So if you've never been exposed to what we do, please go ahead and send us a DM, because we'd love to have you a part of our free challenge, which is limited to the first 25 people that fill up the spots. So thank you for jumping on, guys. So today we're gonna talk about a very interesting topic, which is after working with hundreds of clients, like a question that I get asked a lot is, when it comes to getting in shape, when it comes to losing fat, what are some of the best meals to eat, and what are some of the best things to do to make sure that you get amazing results, right? So as you guys know, when it comes to if you're trying to change your body composition, it's very obvious that 80% of your results are going to come from nutrition, and 20% is going to come from fitness, not just from fitness alone. So not only do you have to get your workout right, and I think working out is important, but I don't think it's the smartest way to approach it. So one of the biggest things that hold people back is, I don't know what types of meals to eat, Stephen. There's so much on Google. There's so many different meal plans and everything like that. There's so many different strategies. What's some of the best things to do? And can you help us sum it up into a few couple points? So that's what I'm going to do for you today. I'm really going to go through, and I'm really taking some of the points from some of my most successful clients. And I've seen hundreds of clients transform around the world. So here they are, right? So the first tip that I'm going to provide you that I think is very important when it comes to fat loss, and if you really want to transform your body this year, the first tip is to make sure that you prioritize having more highly satiating foods. So my tip number one is you have to make sure you make it a priority in terms of your meals is to have more highly satiating foods. And what I mean by that is, for example, when it comes to for example, one of the things that we say to our clients is, make sure you get your breakfast right, because when you get your breakfast right, it sets the tone for the rest of the day. When you wake up and you do all the right things, you eat well and everything like that, it's very important. So if you know that your breakfast is a very important meal, you need to make sure you prioritize it and you have foods that keep you fuller for longer. So as an example, one of the things that we get our clients to do is we encourage them, because most people don't have a lot of time. So we encourage them to have a smoothie, for example, for breakfast. So we have a special mix of smoothie we provide our clients to make sure they get the nutrients, as well as it helps with their goals as well. And we encourage them to add fruits into their smoothie. Now, when it comes to, so you want to be smart about that. For example, a more highly satiating food that's low in calories, high in nutrients is strawberries, for example. So instead of having mangoes or anything like that, you might want to think about having different types of food that keeps you fuller for longer and that's more highly satiating. So that's number one. You need to prioritize that, right? Number two, that's very important, is you need to include, tip number two is you must incorporate more high volume foods that are low in calories. So let me give you guys an example, right? So some people, for example, for breakfast, they might have a piece of toast. Instead of having a piece of toast, did you know that you can eat 2 to 3 rice cakes, which is more quantity and higher volume and lower calories, So instead of having a piece of toast, you can choose to have some rice cakes, for example. That's a really good idea, because you can get more volume of food for lower calories, for example. Or, for example, you can eat a punt of blueberries, which is equivalent to you having a couple pieces of dried fruit. Both types of fruits but one you can only eat a little bit of it, the other one you can eat a lot more, and it's for the same thing. So you get bang for buck, right? Number three that I think is very, very important, my third tip that I think is really, really important is you need to make sure you consume enough protein, because protein is very satiating. So here's a rule of thumb that I like to aim for, right? Is you want to consume protein with every single meal. Yes, every single meal needs to include protein, because I get a lot of clients that have a snack, for example, and they're like, I'm going to have a snack, Steven, and what is your snack? And they're either having like a piece of fruit, or they're having like, for example, they might have like peanut butter and a rice cake. There's very little protein in that, to be honest with you. It's really carbohydrates and fats. So you want to make sure you consume protein with every meal. Now, a rule of thumb is you want to aim for about 0.4 grams per kilo. So if you weigh about 80 kilos, you want to have about 30 grams of protein in that meal, each meal, right? So consume more protein is my tip number three. So to sum it all up, this is really important, guys. If there's three tips that I can provide you that's really going to be a diet hack that you need to make, number one, you need to make sure you eat higher. You prioritize your meals to have more highly satiating foods. So foods that keep you fuller for longer. Number two, you need to make sure you eat higher volume food that are low in calories. It's just smart to do that. Number three, make sure you consume a protein source with every meal. So ideally, you want to have about 0.4 grams per kilo of your body weight, right? So I hope that was helpful for you guys. If you have any comments or any questions, feel free to send us a DM. And again, we're going to be running like a free 3-day online challenge around the world to the first 25 people that we get on board to do this challenge. And we're going to teach you and help you, and we're going to provide you with meals and everything like that. And we're going to coach you through the whole 3 days personally as well. So if you're interested in that, you've never been exposed to what we do, please send us a DM. I hope that was valuable for you guys. A really great way you can support us is please give us a like, follow, or thumbs up, or share with anyone that you can think can benefit from this. All right, guys, I hope my 3 tips are helpful. Have a powerful day. And that's all from Lynn and I. See you guys. Bye, guys. Thanks for tuning in.